What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another episode of Satisfactory FICSMAS Day 9. Let's go. Oh, man. The worst part about FICSMAS is the fact that I'm limiting myself to recording a single episode a day, so that way I can do, you know, one episode of FICSMAS per day as the event is going on and all that stuff. And, sometimes I get onto little projects here and there while I'm playing, and I just wanna keep going. I do. I really, really do. A great case in point of me getting up to things and testing things out that you guys don't get to see my process when I first learned this stuff is it's this whole thing right here. I set up a a test as a train station um, to the aluminum facility over where we did it in the other episode, and I got it for the two byproducts for aluminum that I've got going right now in a freight train, and yeah, it took me probably like the better part of an hour or so to run the track and figure out the issues I was having with my the train positioning and the track positioning and all this stuff. And yeah, I set it up actually very similarly to how I do some of my train lines in Odd Sparks, where I've got a loop here, which this is a very dumb-looking loop for a reason. Um, People that have played this game before know probably why I set it up like this, but anyway. And it's just going onto a single track, which goes all the way to aluminum way over there. And where is the train right now? It's coming back, so we'll see it here in a minute or so. But the thing that I was having the most trouble with this whole train setup was, and it'll be. That's the track, right? Yep, you can see the head of the car right there coming down the track. You'll see it crest the hill here. There it comes. I don't know. I don't even know if you guys could see that. But anyway, it'll be here in a minute. But the issue that I had with the track, and I'm sure this is just an issue because of how I set this up, is when a train is going to a station, it takes the path of least resistance, so to speak. And so the thing that I was having trouble with is this return, or rather this exiting loop, was originally a much shorter path to where I had the station. I wanted the train to come in this way and then come out this way, but the problem was this is technically the shorter path for where I had this set up. So it was constantly taking, or flip that around, other way. It was constantly taking the shorter path, and it was messing up where I originally had my train set up. So I made this longer loop to guarantee that this is the exit path, and this is the shorter one. So I had to take the train station and move it from this side all the way over here and all this stuff, and it works. It works now. But yeah, I know that this isn't the traditional way to set up train tracks and stuff like that. Normally people set up an actual loop instead of like this little horseshoe bend thing. So there would be two tracks heading to a destination as opposed to just a single rail. But as a tester, I just wanted to try and keep it as simple as possible with how I set it up. Wasn't super duper simple, but anyway. I've got this set up onto my storage units, obviously, my 6x storage units. Those are then being fed from the last container, which is the one on the top right. These are off by one. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And then those are getting fed into these endpoint containers, which, yeah, we'll pull from when we need to actually, pull from them. And then I've got overflow set up with smart splitters, one there and one there, so that when these fill and they back up onto this line eventually, which they will then be fed to these conveyors, this merger, and then that'll go into its own sink. So, yeah, anyway. I got all the necessary stuff for the hazmat suits, and I think we'll end up having the necessary components in order to do the last research. Oh, I got a thing here. What do we have here? Hey, molded steel pipes. That's kind of cool, I guess. Nice. I've heard good things about the heavy encased frame, or one of the alternates for the frames. Got a bunch of recipes here that I should probably, get into, like the motors, stuff like that. But it is what it is. I've just kind of been leaving hard drives for whenever I get around to stuff. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and do this research for the snowing. Dealy-doo. Ta-da.
I do not understand the fascination humans have with solid dihydrogen monoxide, to the extent they felt the need for a FICSMAS snow cannon and dispenser. It is simply a state of matter. Real beauty lies in efficiency and the synergetic processes and interplay of artificial and spontaneous consciousness, general sentience, and non-sentient matter, creating a new version of reality in every observable moment in the subjective progression of events.
Yeah. No, I was about to say the exact same thing, Ada. 100%. Okay, so what do we need for these things? We need candy canes, finally. Snow cannons. Okay, so we need a little bit of most of everything. So let's get some of these down, huh? Candy canes, bows. We're gonna need some bows. We're gonna need some candy canes. We're gonna need some of these guys. Let's get some of these. I don't know. Let's grab a few stacks. You can see I've got a few stacked up now. This line is actually backed up now to the point where I think we could go ahead and increase the speed of this just a little bit. There we go. And I've got these set up on a depot. And how many do we have now? Not a whole lot. We got some. But anyway, let's throw some of these snow dispensers and stuff. Attaches to walls and ceilings. How does this work? Oh, okay. That's fun, I guess. What happens if you put it on a floor? Nothing much. Just kind of half-heartedly throws those out there. That's cool. Okay. And then we got the snow cannon. For those who want to aggressively celebrate holidays. I like aggressively celebrating holidays. Not really, actually. I'm not much of a holiday person, to be honest. Which direction are we going here? This way? Oh, cool. And then you can change the directionality of it. Yeah! Snow and shit. That's cool. It's probably going to ruin the bit rate. That's okay. Okay, so we can't configure this thing. I don't think I want that there. I like the snow cannon. I wonder if it ends up accumulating snow on the ground. Can't really tell. Also nice that you don't have to power it. It does it by itself. That's very good. I don't think this is gonna work, but... No, I didn't think so. I was gonna say, it'd be cool if we could put it at the, on top of the elevator. But I don't think that's gonna work. I technically have a foundation above this. Maybe I just can't do it that way. No, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't know if I want a whole lot of these things just kind of around the factory, you know? Oh, while I'm doing all this, I should probably turn in the milestone for the hazmat suit.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
Thank you, Ada. I appreciate that. Right. Anyway. Day 9. Here it is. Hey, coupons that I don't really need. I'll take them. Cool. Okay. Right, so, filters. Okay. That's not too bad. I don't have any filters being produced over here, although I doubt I'm going to need very many of these, to be completely honest. So I might be okay with hand feeding this. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to make these by hand. It's fine. So yeah, let's I don't know, let's see what other research we need to work on. I haven't really done too much with the research in a little while. I don't know how many of these I want either. Could just make 50. Let's just make 25 for now. Okay, so we've got 25 and 25. But we've filled up all of our equipment slots. Yay! Good for us. Very fun, very fun. Let's see. I don't think I need to grab any more gas filters for now. We can leave that. Okay, anyway, let's see where we're going to put down some of this snow-related business. I do have some of these little open spots. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go too crazy with the snow dispensers. I feel like it's going to end up tanking my frames. But I'll put some of them down. You know, fun little areas. Sure. Missing snow. Oh well. Alright, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, let's see. What do we want to do? I don't have any more hard drives. Got some coupons. We could try to spend those. Another thing I need to do is I need to get back on power creation. So maybe we'll mess around with that. How much is all that now? 18. 7 left. Not a whole lot. Almost bought everything I need to buy. Interesting. We've almost bought everything. How about that? Ah, okay, here we go. Interesting. Factory cart paths? That's kind of cool. I like that. I'm probably never going to use anything like that, but that's cool to have, though. Alright. Anyway, where are we at for our power? Our max consumption is technically going over our production, even if it's just sometimes. So, I would like to stay above that. Now, how do we want to approach that? I could do turbo fuel, into the fuel generators. That might not be a terrible idea. Okay. We're almost done with Tier 8. Well, not almost done, but it feels like we're almost done. Okay. So, we can technically create radio control units. Yeah, I mean, I got the aluminum stuff over here, so that should help with a lot of that. Let's see. What would be the best thing for us to do? That's for the fused modular frame and the cooling system. Do each one of these have things that we need? I think so. Okay, so the assembly director system is here. This has the magnetic field generator and the electromagnetic control rods. I was wondering what we were doing to get those. I feel like drones are going to be the thing that I want to do next. So, let's do that. Okay. Let's grab some of that aluminum crap. You only need 200. You only need 100 of the sheets. I don't think we have enough motors right now in our system. I should really get some upgrades to our deals, shouldn't we? And then the other thing. Alright. Almost. Almost. Okay. Let's see here. So, to get radio control units, we are going to need all the stuff we're already producing. That's not that bad, and it only goes into a manufacturer. How many of these are we going to need per minute? Yeah, that's not that bad. I can actually just create those. These are probably, like, really, really expensive to create in a crafting bench, which is kind of the point. 24 ticks. Oh. That's a lot. Okay. Right. So, that's going to go into a manufacturer, which I might just, I don't know, do something about that. We could also do the supercomputer research. I've got that on the right-hand side of the screen. I've had it on the right-hand side of the screen for a while now. Excuse me. So we could do that. That's going to require some other stuff. Where do I want to do this? I could crack open this wall. Do it there. Just kind of expand it a little bit. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to just put this down somewhere and do it that way? Tough call. Let's see. What I could do is create a bridge over. So that would be awkward in between. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna shift this down slightly. we go. Alright, what did I pick for this? Carbon steel? Yeah. Actually, I got this right here. No, I don't want the side door. I want the other door. There we go. It's the wrong color. Okay. Alright, now then. How do we want to do this? And I'm okay with having a little air gap in between the buildings. That's fine. This is just going to be a little elevated platform anyway. How much room does a manufacturer take up? Other than a lot? What's that going to be? That's going to be a 3x3 section, I think. So let's go for... I think I'm going to want at least 2 manufacturers here. I could plan for more. Might as well plan for more, right? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, let's see how this looks in here. For now. I don't want it right up against the wall, I don't think. Yeah, I think that is okay. Have it right up against the wall like that. That probably won't be a big deal. Yeah, that works. Now, how much room does that get us in between them? Room for a whole other one, huh? Kinda. Yeah, you know what? We'll just do that. Yeah, you know what? That works. Okay. So, I want you to make radio control units. You can be for supercomputers. You can be for nothing, I guess, right now. So, that's fine. I don't know what I'm going to need more of eventually. Okay. Let's get some power poles in here. Not a problem. Kind of like the little light up things here. And then I think I've got, yeah, I've got some of these here. Just like that. Okay, now how do we want to do the belting into here? We could go from below and go up. I'm not against that idea. That'll be okay, I think. And just for looks, let's get some pillars in here. It's not, strictly speaking, required, but I don't know, it kind of makes me feel a little bit better about it just sitting here floating in the air. So this is a little bug that I've had cropping up more recently, where something stays selected like that. So if you want to get rid of that, you just reselect over it. Okay, now these require what? It's not painted beams. It'd just be small metal pillars? Yeah. That works, I guess. Yeah, that lines up. Oh, it's so close. That's funny. And I don't even think I really need to attach this one, but I'm going to. Okay. How do those look at the base of this? Can't really attach it. Eh, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Now it doesn't just look like it's floating in the air. Right. I think we're going to do conveyor lift holes for these little things here. This is the one that didn't have anything running right now, right? I think that's the case. Just got to get our other connection. Those are fine. Alright, what did you need? You need crystal oscillators, computers, and aluminum casing. Aluminum casing we've already got set up over here, so we can bring that on over. I'd like to set these on splitters first. Is there any reason why I shouldn't just use regular smart splitters and stuff like that? I don't know. That's okay. I think I will put that there for now. Okay, so then, let's just get this kind of fed over. At least we'll finally get some usage out of these. ceiling mount. That's what I want. I haven't really used ceiling mounts very often. Oh, okay, good. You can stack them on top of each other. That's good. Could just put this straight into a lift. Just to kind of get that lined up at least a little bit. Let's actually go from this side. That. Definitely don't like that. Okay. Okay. Oh man, it's already been 35 minutes. God, I feel like I can't get anything done. Okay, crystal oscillators and computers. Computers we've got over here, very easy. Crystal oscillators we've got set up right there, actually. So, let's get that done. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. We're going to get a splitter right here. Bam. We could throw a lift on this and just go straight across. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Let's set up these ceiling mounts ahead of time. Shall we? Okay. You're not gonna fit, are you? Of course not. That would be much too clean. Okay. Damn you, tower. Damn you, tower! What are you hooked up to, anyway? You're hooked up to that. And that. I want to go straight across. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't want to move the power tower because reasons. Whatever. Let's just move it. I think that was the only thing it was connected to. Maybe? I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out eventually. Anyway. Entirely aligned, but that's okay. Oh good, it doesn't conflict with that. Alright, this one will hook up to there. This one will hook up to there. How about that? Okay, so now we need the crystal oscillators. Oh, and that's it. We only needed to hook up 3, not 4. I'll still leave the 4 lines for now, just in case I want to swap that recipe over to something else. Not like I ever will, but just in case. Okay, crystal oscillators. Sliding bean. Just sliding around, having a good time. That's cool. Hey, little guy. How's it going? Boing. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna need to. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna just get rid of this. Get rid of this. Let's. Let's swap it. Let's not be lazy. I'm already lazy enough. Back in. Get a lift. There you go. Alright. Get our splitter. Alright. Now, I should probably move this over, actually. Could actually go down one. Whatever, screw it. Ah, you bastard. Okay. Is that going to be enough? Go. Alright. I think we need to get all this stuff out of here, actually. So, I think it needs to run through a few pieces first, and then it'll actually be able to kind of do its thing. Pick them up. Why can't I pick those up? That's weird. The auto pickup isn't working. Not a problem, I guess. Okay, so I need to feed in the crystal oscillators. And then it'll kind of work through the system, I think, eventually. Aren't gonna feed all the way, but whatever. Oh man, 48 seconds is a long time to wait when you're sitting there looking at it. It's okay. Once it gets through this first one, it'll speed up a little bit. There we go, 19 seconds. Don't know how many we're gonna need to go through before it catches up past this little thing. At least like three or four. I don't know how many can fit inside one of these little conveyors, but it's going to be a second. At least the lifts are properly attached. Like I was saying before, I ran into a little bit of trouble when I was trying to set this up over at the aluminum facility. There we go. Okay, I think maybe one more, and then it'll start feeding in the crystal oscillators. We'll see. Come on. Come on. Do it. Anyway. Right, so I think I need some more motors. Let's go ahead and pick some of those up, and then we're just kind of waiting on these things to finish, and then we can experiment with drones. But that'll unfortunately have to be probably next episode. I'll do the experimenting with that with you guys. So yeah, sucks though, because it's gonna be so exciting. But yeah, it is what it is. Come on, one more. Come on, one more. Bam! There it goes. Okay. Alright, cool. You love to see it. So, that is producing. Very good. Then we'll just need to get the storage all sorted for these guys, which I'm kind of tempted just to set up another floor on this. How tall would this need to be? At least 4 tall. It's not a problem. But we could easily lift the materials that we produce out of this. It's not going to match up with our other manufacturing facility, but I'm okay with that. Tell you, this hover pack makes construction way easier. Where is it? Get some glass in here. That's fun. Yeah, and I'll figure out how I want to do the little deal build there. Those look pretty... Oh, no! I messed up the orientation of them. Ah! Oh, no. Can't have that. I'm not going to leave you guys on that. That would be horrible. Could you imagine? Oh my god. Anyway, there we go. It's all lined up the right orientation. Okay, cool. These are looking pretty good. We've already got 30. Wow. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Well, anyway, I think that's going to do it as far as that episode is concerned. If you guys liked it, feel free to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, so on and so forth. Next episode, we're going to get aeronautical engineering done, and we might get the supercomputers also taken care of. All kind of depends on where I end up laying down with the drone stuff. We could get computers routed into this relatively easily. All we have to do is just get a line, like a splitter on this line, and then just split directly into this other one. Which means I'll have to get rid of this conveyor belt, which isn't a problem. But anyway, I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.